Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode 145. Today is Sunday, February 25th, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and me having a terrible cold. So I'm sorry if I sound weird or if I start coughing in the middle of this.
And it's why we aren't together today, because we really do try and maintain some distance when one of us feels bad. So
Yeah, yeah. And this is run through my house, so I didn't want to send it to the Landises.
I did not pass this on to Keisha. I had it first, but you got it from somewhere else. You want to tell us about that?
Oh, so last weekend, I had a fun anniversary weekend with my husband, which always includes one of my niece's birthday parties. And one of my nieces, not the birthday girl, was sick. And I'm pretty sure we got it from there because, well, I was sick first, and then James got sick. My husband is sick. My father-in-law was sick. We called him on his birthday and found out he got sick. And my mother-in-law has sent him to another room so she does not get sick.
Smart woman.
So yeah, it's kind of run its way through the Guthries, I think.
And how much longer do you have before new baby Guthrie makes their appearance?
Less than 2 months. So we're really getting there. But everything's looking good and everything. So yeah, so on top of having a cold, I'm also pretty pregnant.
I love that. Pretty pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty pregnant. Well, that's basically what's new with me. What's new with you?
Oh my gosh, testing is done for the moment at school. I got to be back in classrooms this week. It was so exciting. Kids were thrilled to see us be back in their room, and they were excited to come to our room and do all the things we normally do. And it was kindness week. We don't
Oh, fun.
um we don't really do Valentine parties at my school,
Hmm.
but we do a kindness week, and if the kids want, they can spend 50 cents and buy kindness grams that they send to other people in the building, and they get to write a little note with it, and it has a little piece of candy on it.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so it's kind of a fun thing. And there is a student who escorts Amy and I individually to our office every morning if he can catch it.
Hmm.
So I told Amy, oh my gosh, we need to send him a kindness gram and just tell him that it's so wonderful that he wants to make sure that we get safely to the office.
Hmm. Oh.
Pretty cute, pretty fun. And
Hmm.
um, he was really, I mean, he was just like really shy and tickled that we sent that to him. So it was,
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
and we've just opened up camp sales. There are a few spots left. So there is last year's, the carnival one.
Yes.
And if I tilt for you, there is
Oh,
2 years ago,
yes.
the one up at the
Camp,
top.
camp.
And then the purple one was the first one, which was online. So
Hmm.
that's the Savor Life pattern.
All models stitched by yours truly.
I was going to say that too. They're all being stitched by you. Oh, and something that's new with us, I'm going to talk a little here, and we won't get
Sure.
real specific, but this was my first model stitch.
Oh.
And I did this. It is Alpine Garden by the Drawn Thread. And I stitched this in the year 2000 for my LNS. And I'll get real close and just let you see a section at a time. And it has glass. So the Drawn Thread, I love to stitch their things. They do some specialty stitches in there. So you get to learn a little and grow a little. But this was a series. There were, I want to say that there were at least three in the series of gardens, and they were all different regions of the country.
Hmm.
So, but I opted to have them, I could either be paid outright or I could wait until they were done showing it, displaying it, and then I got to have it. And
Oh,
I
nice.
said, I think I'm going to want this on my wall.
Yes, it's
So,
beautiful.
thank you. So I really, really love that. And it was so fun. It was a great way to get into doing model stitching and just doing some things. I did a few other things for them. And, um, I just, that was not something that I like actively pursued. And they had a lot of people stitching for them.
Uh-huh.
So that leads me into news that Keisha and I got, and I won't say who, I'll let you tell.
Oh, well, we both applied to be model stitchers for a shop, and they said, "Yeah, we'll take both of you."
They're so excited.
They're so excited about it, but we'll let you kind of know as things get rolling because I haven't been assigned a piece yet. So,
I'm
um,
guessing that since market is next weekend, that we're not going to get anything until after that's over because I
sure.
shop is going to market.
Mhm. But one of the funniest things was when Laura told me about the opportunity, I was actually at the BNS office. And one of the things was to show off pictures of stitching that you've done. And of course, I don't have everything with me there, except for there's a whole wall of pieces where like half of them are mine. So, so I
Keisha's
just took
all
pictures.
of the snails as well. So
Yeah.
that one, oh, I was trying to figure out what that was. I know
Yeah.
there's another one up there and I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah. I have,
Like,
because there's two over there by the carnival.
okay.
Christmas is somewhere. Oh, he's back behind the celebrate all year.
Okay. He is
So
hiding, right?
So I have 7 models up there. And then at the time I was working on Frogwarts year 5 because we're both model stitching that. And so I was able to take a picture of essentially 4 models. I cut off what I was working on.
All at the
So,
So that's some big what's new in our lives, and we're
yeah.
pretty excited about it. And um I just think it'll be a fun thing to be able to do.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you more about it as we kind of go. We're both pretty excited about it. So,
Yeah. So, and I think, anyway, I don't want to say anything else about it because I think there are going to be some fun things with it. But again, yeah, we can talk about it as we get going.
sure.
I know that neither of us have a finish this week. I have not had a finish this month. I had 10 finishes in January, and then we started model stitching and all this other stuff happened and it
Mhm.
out the door. I had all of these plans that I was going to stitch on specific projects, and one of mine is oh my gosh, Half the Fun by Ink
Mm.
Circles. Get to the right title. And in looking at it, Katie and I were looking and decided that my floss just is not showing up well on the fabric that I have it on. And I just have one little bitty corner. So I am going to just set it aside, mark it, and get back to it when I have a little more brain space to be able to work on it.
Sure.
And I didn't bring my other one because I haven't worked on it in the last 2 weeks, and it's Indigo Bunny from
Mhm.
um, Marjorie Massey, and it's beautiful, and I love working on it. But Keisha and I think, have both experienced the same thing. I think I'm having sympathy pregnancy exhaustion with.
You can. Everyone, please get some extra sleep for me because I'm not finding it.
I have just been. I was messaging with Keisha the other night, and we're both like, "We're gonna get some stitches in tonight." And she asked me something, and I didn't answer till the next day because I was asleep by the time she asked me a question, which was
Mhm.
in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no, we always fall asleep whenever we're talking to each other about our plans to stitch that night.
It's so funny. So we really, both of us are trying on these models. I think we're both behind a little, but we set a goal to finish, I think, a month before we have to be finished.
Yeah.
And mostly that's, there are two things. Winter in Stars Hollow is coming up, and I want
Mhm.
it to be done before that starts.
Right.
I may still push and leave my little bit to finish with you.
Mhm.
Because Keisha and I have kind of made a pact that we start at the same time and we finish on the same day.
Yes.
I stayed up
Yes.
until, what was it, 4 in the morning
I think so.
to get my finish in on the day. And she had extended by 1 day. She left one
Mhm.
island so that we could finish on the same day. And I'm like, I've got to finish. And I kept messing up and having to frog, but I got to the end.
Yeah.
And then the second
Um,
thing is that Keisha would like to be done before the baby comes.
yeah. I could have a baby at any time. My pregnancy app tells me that all of his things are formed and he could just come whenever he wants to and he'd be fine. So, but I'm hoping that he stays in there for another month. We'll
So
see.
we could just get some time in, we could get finished. I am almost at the halfway point. I know that from
Yeah,
the
same.
so, and we looked at it, we compared before we started filming, and we meet.
Yep. We meet in the middle because of course Lara starts at the bottom right and I start at the top left, so we always meet in the middle.
And I'm working on finishing one thing. I mean, we've overlapped on one thing,
Mhm.
but I have that other little motif left to go that would finish the half that I'm on, and you don't
Yeah,
have it yet. So
right.
that's where we would have a complete piece.
Mhm. So, very exciting. If you're attending Frogwarts this year, we've almost got it done.
I feel like we need to get together when I finish that thing, and we need to lay it out so that we have the
Uh-huh.
whole thing
Yeah, that would be fun.
for fabrics.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll make a fun photo. So anyway, that's a quite a bit of rambling. I have 2 whips to show this week. How about you?
I also have 2 whips.
Ooh, you want to show one and then I'll show one?
Yeah, sure. So, the first thing that I worked on my Haid.
Yay!
This is Flying Pink Piggy, from Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Lisa Victoria. It's 25 count linen, 1/1. And I finished all of the pink here. So I've got his little leg, and then there's some blue and some clouds. And then I'll pop back over here.
I
But
can't
that's what
help
I
it
am.
moved him along.
Yeah. So he's looking so fun. I really love this piece a lot. It makes me happy every time I work on it. So
Did you get to
I'm excited to get back. Hmm, what was that? Sorry.
use him for prompts?
Well, I'm not really doing any of the challenge groups this year.
Oh,
Um,
since we're doing our models and you're doing the baby thing.
sure. But I have a monthly goal. I didn't meet it last month. I probably won't meet it this month because I really would like to finish him this year. But you know what? My grandma's birthday, who I was making this for before she passed away, her birthday was January 30th. So maybe I'll try to finish it on her birthday in 2025.
That
So
would be awesome.
maybe that's the new goal because that's only a month away from the end of the year.
How much further
Mm.
does he go? Um,
Um, so he'll probably go to down here.
that's not that far down. Okay.
So there's not a whole lot left as far as his height, and I am all the way across widthwise. So that's how wide the piece will be.
Woo.
So it's not too. It's what Haid refers to as a quick stitch, which is still almost 500,000 stitches, but uh, but anyway. So
But quick.
yeah, it's quick. It's quick.
Okay. So I pulled out 2023 Collector's Heart, which was my birthday gift from Keisha, and I am working on this central motif because I feel like everything else will go fast around it and I'll be able to base
Sure.
things around it. And I finished off a leaf and added more of the stem and started on another leaf. So I haven't done a lot of work yet, but I'm hoping in the next couple of days to get a little more time in on it and be able to just see some good progress with it.
Definitely. All right. Then the last thing I worked on Hello Little One from Durene Jones. This is a freebie. If you follow her on Facebook, you can find it. This is on a piece of 28 count meditation from Picture This Plus, and I finished the lion.
Woohoo!
So now all that's left is all of the greenery around, and I mean, it's really basically there's a box that's going to go around them. So it's not that big of a thing. Um, so I have the greenery, and then I have the border to do, and then all of the backstitch. There's quite a bit of backstitch on this one. But I'm really excited. I want to get this done before the baby gets here so it can go up in his room. Um, and I've been told that I will be taught how to lace it and frame it by the Landises. So
Yeah. So
looking forward to that adventure.
if you just go find a standard size frame, or we could lace it, you can make it like a flat piece and then you can
Hmm.
mount it on something.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see what we come up with. Anyway, I love this. And so meditation, mine is really, really blue, but sometimes it's a nice purple that kind of fades into a soft blue.
Mhm.
Definitely a fun kind of color to do.
I love, like, it's a great kind of a neutral blue. And
Hmm.
I mean, you get quite a bit of white in there, so you do have to check your whites against it if you're going to do
Yes.
that, but I love to use it.
Yeah, but if you order it online, just beware that it could be blue, it could be purple. This is kind of one of those ones that's better to look at your LNS if you can.
Mhm. Okay, my other one is Whale Watch.
Oh, fun.
This is by Chessie and Me. My brain wouldn't do it there for a minute. And this one, I'm going to hold it up against this because it's tiny. I have done all of the full size cross stitches.
Wow.
So I left the year out of the hill. I decided I
Mhm.
really needed in there and it wasn't going to add anything. So what I have to,
Right.
I've started the over one on 36 count. And
Mhm.
I have two more rows of this black and it's a pot with a big plant in it. Now
Oh,
the
so you're so close.
yes. So this is the one that I'm trying to get finished for my February finish. I'm going to show you
Mhm.
back here. The beauty of this is that they show you this on the full size chart and it's over here.
Mhm.
And then on the second page where they have the key, they give you a blown up chart. So
Oh, nice.
it's really easy. And Linda is always really good about doing that in her patterns. She really does try to help your eyes as much as she can.
Mhm.
So
Oh, and I love a piece that mixes, over one with over two. It definitely gives it a fun texture, I think.
I'm thinking for me, I mean, I like 36 count. I am not enjoying 36 over one. I don't enjoy over one to begin with,
Mhm.
and then to have to
Right.
try and do it. So it's not something I do often. And then to
Mhm.
have to do it on 36 count is like
Yeah. It's really tight.
pain. So,
Yeah, it's 36 count with one strand over one is pretty intense.
and this is a silk floss. This is Gloriana.
Mm.
So
Oh,
it is a fluffier floss too.
yeah. Yeah, and if you have to frog anything, it's the worst.
Yeah. I am doing mine in the direction of my top cross.
Mhm.
Is that what you normally do?
Mhm.
So I'm not, normally I would go one direction on the way over and the other direction on the way back. I'm doing that top leg direction,
Yeah.
which kind of messes with my brain too, and probably is part of what's frustrating for me. If it
Mhm.
were a whole piece over one, I would probably just do it that bottom leg because it wouldn't matter.
Right, right. Yeah, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to do.
And I mean, I think the last day, this is the 25th, 26th or 7th, 28th, 29th. I have 3 days to finish it up because, well, I have four if you count today, because on the 29th, I am going to join the Long Dog Leap Day, Sal, and I am going to start Pandemic by Long Dog on a piece of Murtaugh linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. And I have, oh, I will not,
Oh, it's
Oxide.
Oxide. It's Oxide from Mrs. Sadis, and I have been waiting for you to use that because I love it.
Get it out and get it separated. And I think I'm going to use one of my, I'll show you what I mean here. The way that I have it in my other one is a little, and so I was trying to decide, yeah, I want to find one of my little floss keeps.
Uh-huh.
And we have a nice long one from Gilmore Girls, and I may use it. And I saw somebody do this where they just put a bunch of their pieces of the floss along it,
Oh yeah.
so that then you can just pull your one strand out while it's on there. But it'll all be contained that way, and it won't be
Right.
floating around. So
That's a good idea.
I liked that idea a lot. So, what kind of plans do you have coming up?
Well, I'm going to try to finish my monthly goals that I had. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure that I'm going to. I know I'm not going to finish my 1,000 stitches or my 2,000 stitches on Flying Pink Piggy because I've done about 200 stitches this month, so that's not going to happen. Um, I'd really like to get the greenery at least around on Hello Little One, so then I only have the border and the back stitching to do. I was trying to finish the cross stitches, or I was trying to finish it this month, but I don't know that that will happen. Um, because it's one of my whip go. My other whip go goal I've met, but I want to finish because that was to do 1,000 stitches on a seasonal project, which I have because I was doing that on Celebrate all year. But I'd really like to finish the February piece of that before I can start March. And since I helped with the model stitching for these things, not these months, I know it's coming up and I really, really, really want to stitch it, but I don't want to do it until I finish February. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna try to finish those things up. Um,
You want to talk about
they
what hold for you for WIPGO?
Yeah. So they've done the WIPGO number. So if you're in WIPGO, it's 1 in 10. If you haven't looked at your boards yet. So 10 is work on something that's seasonal. I have 5 squares on my board that are stitch on something seasonal, 1,000 stitches, and so this is the fourth one of those that's been called. So I'm just gonna run out of those squares. So I will probably use that to work on the March Celebrate all year, which is what I've been using those for. And then the other one is to work on a stitch along. I have a million stitch alongs. So I have to see which one I'm going to pull out for that. I'm not sure which one,
I
but I
think
guess Celebrate all year fits.
there you go. I think you should pull out your stitch alongs for next week,
Hmm.
show them on here, and then we can vote.
Oh, okay,
Not
sure. I'll let you guys choose.
but
Well, several of them are frosted pumpkin, so
but it would be fun to see the sals that you have, and it might help you decide, like that one is closer than another. I know
Mhm.
you have the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I have the dinosaurs. I have Castle Homecoming, which just wrapped up, but I need to frog some on that. I'm like way behind because I need to frog and I just didn't want to do it. I have both the Christmas wreath and the Halloween wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin.
Tiny mod.
Um, I don't have any Tiny Modernist Sals. I haven't signed up for any of her Sals.
Who's the calendar? Do you
The
not?
calendar was just a standalone piece.
Okay. I was thinking it was a sal. Okay.
I could also work on a model that I have outstanding, which is the Schoolhouse Rock Sal from Black Needle Society. So I'll pull those and bring them next week so you guys can see them and kind of let me what you think. But that's a preview of what I have
Okay.
languishing.
Run Hollow we started together. Does that count as a sal?
I guess we could count it as a sale.
No.
No, don't make me pull out that giant thing.
Yours out, I would pull mine out and start July,
Mhm.
which
'Cause
is
I think
huge.
yeah, I think on that one, I also have some frogging to do, so, ugh. Anyway,
Okay.
it's fine, it's
Upcoming for us, if you still need to get in a market order, I'm going to do a shameless plug here. The Black Needle Society has a wish list form that you can find, I believe, on the website. There was an email about it, but if you can't find it, message help at the Black Needle Society. That's me. You get to talk to me, and I will help point you to the wish list, and the shoppers will go in and do their best to pick up the things that you want from market. We bill you afterwards for whatever we have been able to pick up for you, plus the actual postage. And then we get those out pretty quickly. So they
Mhm.
would go out, it's next weekend, they would go out the next week.
Yeah.
So um, if you still have some things that you want to pick up, then please, just pop in and do that. I'm going to show you one that I saw that I had not heard anything about. Okay, I can't see very well up close with my glasses.
There are so many great things, and get in your orders for the cookbook.
Yeah, Katie Landis has a pattern in the cookbook, and maybe it has something to do with this thing.
Yeah,
So
it's beautiful. Model stitched by Laura Landis.
yes, this year. Okay. I I saw this from the Proper Stitcher.
Mhm.
First of all, I just think it's beautiful colors.
Yeah.
But then for me, it's meaningful because it says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. And I just feel like
Perfect.
these are fabulous words for me right now.
Yes, of course.
Other things that I've seen, I just saw the things that Bent Creek is releasing, and I need things from them. And I saw the Heart and Hand pieces, and I need that. Heart and Hand is releasing a book of hearts, and it's going to have
Oh.
the past heart designs plus at least one brand new heart design. And
Mm,
you don't know this about me, I love heart designs. So
mhm. Um, Amanda May at, Artist Designs, well,
always,
sorry.
always.
I was I was trying to show you, but it's in a video. She has disco chickens.
I
Disco chickens. I love them so much. But
don't
anyway,
email up with me here, but most of these, if you look, did you try looking on Instagram?
well, that's where I was at, and I was trying to pause the video, um, but then it started playing very loudly, so I had to stop it.
I mean, like all of my favorites have so many cool things out. And
Mhm.
it's, I'm trying to make sure that I get things that I really, really want to do and participate in. And
It's a good year for patriotic things too, if you're into patriotic.
that was Primrose Cottage that you showed me so many things.
Mhm. Yeah, because they have, like, it's basically a companion to Hive Rules, isn't it? Patriotic Rules or 4th of July Rules, I think is what it is.
Yeah, and she's done Christmas rules, and I can't remember all of the other ones. I'm sure you're all sitting there shouting at us, telling us all the things, and thank you for helping. What are we starting in May? Do you remember for Mother's Day?
Yeah. Well, we're doing is it Iris from
Oh, I have it on my sheets. You talk,
yeah,
I'll find the name. How about that?
it's from Ink Circles. It's one of her florals that we were going to do because we just decided that Mother's Day is florals now, because
It was
we've done one design in florals. So,
one that we
but
just,
it was a market release last year that we both got. So,
so the one that we have is bluegrass.
oh, it's bluegrass. No, blue tulips.
No, that's
Is
blue.
it blue tulips or bluegrass? Anyway,
It's bluegrass, but you could
okay.
one of those ink circles, one of that series, like blue tulips would be pretty.
Mhm.
And I have chosen, I showed you guys, I chose fabric and floss, and it's called bluegrass, and mine is going to be like purpley pinky, really pretty.
Yeah, just whatever you feel like.
And that will be my Mother's Day thing. That's in a couple months. Um, I'm starting the spring bag from Shepherd's Bush in April. If you don't have that, grab that, start it with me. Well, I think we have things later on, and I have to talk Keisha into all the things after the baby comes.
Yeah, it's not hard to talk me into things. And what I found out last time is that if you have a baby and the Landises come to visit you, they bring you peace offerings in exchange for letting them hold the baby. So we'll see what they end up with.
In the form of more cross stitch,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
right? Well, and James was born in 2020, and there wasn't a lot of going to a shop or going anywhere.
Right.
So if we went to pick things up,
Mhm.
prices and all of the things that were going on, we would always shop for Keisha too. So
Yeah. I'm just assuming that at some point, whenever I am on maternity leave, you are going to show up and you're going to be like, hey, you know, this big crazy project that I told you I was going to do? Here it is. You're doing it with me.
oh, I have a couple of tweaks to make to my start it this year, but but yeah, and I have things that have come up, and I've been thinking about more things that are in my on my device, so that are PDFs. Do you have Frosted Pumpkins Easy Peasy? Easy
I
Peasy.
don't think so. I don't have that one. But I could have it.
I really do that one this year for sure. So I know that's like craziness. But do you feel like we have just hit the rambles now?
Oh my goodness. And I can't talk to you any longer because you're going to get me into too many shenanigans, Laura.
Then really what we need to do for now is just say bye.
Bye. Have a good week.